Hi guys, so I have another unit finished. This is a unit of Transylvanian Lancers from the, well, they're sculpted to be 17th century, but you could probably use these for late 16th century as well. I got the color scheme from a book of illustrations that I reviewed on the channel several years ago by a Hungarian author named Győző Songi. My Hungarian pronunciation isn't very good today, but anyway, and he depicts the Transylvanian troops as mostly wearing red. So that's what I did, but I decided to do different shades of red. And then I did Nuln Oil washes. Sometimes or not Nuln Oil, I used Agrax Earthshade. Sometimes I worry I go overboard with the wash, but I think on these guys it turned out okay. And then this one I finished just now. Glue's not dry yet on the base, but I just did plain grass on the base for these guys. If you've been following the channel, you know that this is part of my project to do the Satsura campaign of 1620. This was the campaign that came before the slightly more famous Khotin campaign. These Transylvanians will represent the army of Gabor Betlen, who was at the time was a Transylvanian prince who was in revolt against the Habsburgs. He was trying to separate I think he was trying to separate the Habsburg part of Hungary from the Habsburgs. So he allied himself with the Ottoman Empire and apparently participated in the Satsura campaign. I did find a Hungarian published source from the period that talked about the that had some of the negotiations between the Ottomans and Gabor's Prince Gabor's people, to use a non-technical term. But I didn't really find anything if they actually participated in the battle or if they were more just like kind of used as a rear echelon force. So I'll have to look into that more and see what they actually did. But I think for my game, I would just like to. I just want to include them anyway, even if it's a little bit of artistic license, just to show, you know, how the Ottomans sometimes did have kind of Western, well, not sometimes, pretty often they had, you know, levies from kind of vassal states or states that would have been vassals. So Moldavia and Wallachia are probably the most known. Then Transylvania at various times, although sometimes the princes would ally with the Habsburgs against the Ottomans, and then in the east, in the Caucasus, they would often get Georgian allies. So yeah, that was an important part of Ottoman armies, depending on the theater and the campaign, and I would like to represent that. And And another good thing about these figures, and for anyone out there, if you want to make like an early modern Hungarian force that would be like part of your Habsburg or imperialist army, you could use these, definitely use these figures. The only thing that I don't know what to do if I want to make more Hungarian units. I mean, I guess I could sculpt it out of green stuff, but to make early modern Hungarian hussars that were just had a shield and lance, these guys didn't come with the kind of shields that looked like it's kind of like rectangular with like a sweep upward at the top. If you look up a Hungarian hussar from the 1500s, you'll see what I'm talking about, and the Ottomans had a similar shield. So but I think these guys look pretty good. On the box art, it shows them ranked up like this and like two ranks deep, and I think when I use these to game, I'll probably set them up like this in a kind of tight formation. So yeah, and then the next figures, still got quite a bit on my log, but got quite a bit to go. I've got, I think the next thing I'll paint, I do have some of these Hungarian command figures, but I think I'm going to wait to do the command. That's these guys back here. I think what I'll do instead, I think I'll start on the Haijuks, which was another type of, they were kind of like dragoons. I can get them out. I painted some on the channel already, but yeah, here they are. They're pretty cool looking. They wore these kind of fur cloaks, and they were, yeah, they did a lot of ambush type tactics, especially against the Ottomans, so pretty cool. And the box set, I got them from the Fire and Sword range. It has enough to make I think three mounted stands, and then I think 3 on foot. So if you wanted to use if you wanted to use these guys to represent dismounted firers, you could. I think for my army, I'm just going to have them be an infantry element on their own. That way I just can get more out of the miniatures. Yeah, I think that'll be good. And then once I get all these Transylvanians done, because the next unit I have some of these mounted, kind of similar to Haijuks, but I think these are mounted, just mounted handgunners. But after I get the Transylvanians done, I'm going to start on the Tatars, the Crimean Tatars. I don't have, I have quite a bit of stuff from Khorasan to paint. However, I don't have a lot of the Litko bases that I like to use, and I need to order more, but at my current kind of budget, they're a little pricey to buy, even to buy in bulk, even though they're really not that expensive. But yeah, just for me right now, I need to, use that money to buy essentials. So I have more Polish infantry to do, things like that, and then I will, when I can get those bases, I'm going to paint up the rest of the Curacao stuff, because I have some Polish infantry with the Bardich axes, which, as I was reading this really great book called Russia's First Civil War, I think I could, if I wanted to, I could use those as Russian Streltsy, but I'd have to paint them red, and I think I'm you know, because the Streltsy were said to describe wearing red uniforms, but I think I'm going to paint them, you know, a shade of blue, like the most of the Hungarian style Polish infantry seem to wear, although there is that processional scroll I've looked at on the channel that shows a few different colors, so, but I just kind of like them in blue, just kind of my own personal preference. These guys, I think I'm going to paint them with black from that book of art book. He has a depiction of one with black coats and blue trousers, so I think I'm going to do that. That looks pretty cool, actually. And then different, you know, do different colors for the fur cloaks that they wear. You know, while I'm here, I might as well show the other Transylvanians I've done so far, because I have painted more from. I got some other packs, some loose packs when I visited the Wargamer store in Poland during my last trip. So I got some mounted handgunners. These are Secklers, who are Hungarians who live in the Carpathian Mountains. Come on a, they came in a base of two mounted and 2 on foot. So kind of a small skirmisher type unit. And then I did get a pack of this is what the Hydukes look like painted. I did them in blue with red accents, so I think for a skirmish game I would have plenty for Transylvanians at this stage. Don't have a command, but that's okay if I'm playing like Pikeman's Lament. And then I have, and these are the Hydukes on foot that are attached. And then I have a unit of Seckler musketeers with pike. I don't know how these guys are supposed to be ranked up exactly, because you only get 2 lines of pike in the set. It was from a single pack of infantry, but I guess something like this maybe I could do. Let me adjust that. So yeah, so this is my Transylvanian collection so far. Yeah, I think it's a nice little, coming together nicely. I mean, the Transylvanians for my army project, I don't expect them to be like a big contingent, because I don't think that they really were, at least as far as I can tell from the sources, but they are cool, I think, to have, and they are a little bit different than the Poles in terms of their kind of the way they're kitted out and stuff. So, but I think these guys are my favorite. So, all right, this one went a little longer than I intended, but yeah, hope you found it interesting, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.